Welcome back to another episode of Easy Health and Fitness, Torah Health and Fitness. Thank you very much to Torah Anytime for recording this video and making it available on podcasts and broadcasts around the world. To continue the theme of Shabbos, Shabbat food and Shabbat indulgence, there's a very helpful and instructive Malbim on Mishlei Zayin Yudalid, on Proverbs 7:14. The Malbim interprets the wisdom of Melavah Malka of King Solomon to say, the Yetzer Hara, the inclination to do the wrong thing, typically begins with a mitzvah. When one tells oneself, after all, it is a mitzvah. And that is the first step down a path that can lead to something damaging or destructive. The classic example of this that many of us experience weekly is the Melavah Malka meal. We're talking about Saturday night, Motzei Shabbos. You've already had a day of eating, probably to your satisfaction, to your satiety. And now there's this spiritual need to have another meal. And this challenge is particularly pronounced in the summertime when Shabbos ends later, but it can happen any time of the year, including the winter, when your body typically is the opposite. Typically, on a normal day or normal meal, the body's the one that's hungrier than the soul for that food. But the Melavah Malka meal, for some of us, eating a whole meal at that point could cross the border, cross that line over to Achila Gasa, to gluttonous eating, which is a problem. So what do we do about it? Well, we tell ourselves, well, it is a mitzvah after all. I have to eat this Melavah Malka meal. And suddenly, before I know it, I'm stuffed. And that's not the Torah path to eating. We don't overeat. We don't stuff ourselves. And it's clearly not the path of health, neither holy or healthy. And it's completely feeding the behemoth at that point, the animal within me, and whether or not it's elevating the neshama to B'Tselem Elokim, that's a subjective question I can't answer for you. But I can give you an eitzah of how to avoid the Melavah Malka becoming that. And the eitzah is very simple. Small portions, eaten slowly and mindfully. There's no need to have more than a minimum amount of food, and the slower we eat it and the more mindful we eat it, not only does it become a more spiritual and elevated experience, it also becomes a healthier experience. The food goes down better, it digests better, it aids our health and our spiritual path equally. Easy to do, easy to say, maybe harder to do, but that's your challenge. Not just for Melavah Malka, but anytime you have a meal that you feel this is a mitzvah to eat this meal, stop and ask yourself, how much food is the minimum I need to eat to fulfill the mitzvah? And how much food does my body really need right now? And then when you eat that food, make sure you do it in a real mindful, slow, and joyous way. And until next time, be gesund.